Today's harvest. Got some kale and tomato and raspberries. Welcome to our little garden. Just wanted to show, even though it's September, our little wild strawberries are still coming in, which is wild. Look, this one's even got a blossom. Oh, and this one will come in soon. So that's kind of wild. That's really out of season, but kind of fun. Oh, you can, I don't know if the camera's picking up, but you can hear Milo screaming his head off because he's not good at being by himself. This is our lovely, lovely tomato plant. Ooh, hello, Shadow. Got these nice kind of purpley ones. These are almost ripe, but not quite. And then we've got the kind of classic bright red ones. Focus. And then we also have these beautiful, these might be my favorite, these beautiful golden ones. And they're so sweet, they taste like candy. Not really, I don't really like candy, but so sweet. Our raspberry bushes, we got our second crop of the season coming in. And then this is where our kale, which I have, you know, severely cut down because it's so good. Look, there's a drop of water that's just caught in there. That's wild. That's today's harvest. Gonna go turn this into breakfast. This doesn't have anything to do with art. This is just the vlog part, I guess, of this vlog. Let's go. Milo, I'm coming. Hi, sweet baby. I'm back. I'm back, puppy. Let me just take my shoes off, okay? Okay, sweetie? I'm back. Oh, I started making myself a cup of tea, then I forgot to finish it. Oh well. Alrighty. Time for breakfast. I have just received 2 very exciting packages, so I thought I'd film opening them. They're still on the doorstep because I had to clean my studio, which is still a mess. But let's go get them. Hello lovely people, it's VoiceOver Joe here, coming in to summarize this unpacking clip. I talked for the entirety of it, which was a whopping 25-minute ramble, where I described every single decision I made purchasing items. While that's all well and good, there was enough content there for an entire video. If you want a video on how I choose my art supplies, please let me know in the comments below. But instead of picking apart that entire ramble, I'll just summarize what I ordered and list the colors on screen and in the description box below. The first thing I got was this self-inking stamp of my logo. I got this mostly to save time and printer ink to add my logo to mailers and stationery tags. I quickly learned that it was very inky, and getting too excited resulted in lots of smudges, but after a few trials, I got it working perfectly. It is wonderful. It saves me a lot of time and fiddling with printers, and printer ink is incredibly expensive, so anywhere that I can cut costs in that way, I'm a big fan of. The next package was from Blick. I found a gift card I had gotten for my birthday and went a little crazy adding things to my cart. The gift card ended up covering only half of the order, but months later, I cannot say I regret a single thing I bought. I picked up a pack of a few more Princeton golden taklon brushes, which are inexpensive and hold a point very well. I use these for watercolor and gouache, and since those are my 2 main mediums, mine are very heavily used. I wanted to grab an angled shader, which I didn't have, and they're really nice for creating nice clean lines, as well as a new round 4, which is my most used brush. I find that it's great for both filling in and doing detail work because it comes to a very fine point, but it holds a decent amount of paint in the belly. The set came with a few detail brushes, which are always great to have on hand, because having a few extra is always nice because I find that they wear down the fastest. The ferrule of the brush occasionally gets clogged with paint, which just means that the bristles will separate, and so they don't hold a super fine point anymore, and at that point they are relatively useless. So it's always nice to have a few of those on hand, just because they definitely wear out pretty quickly. I also picked out a few more uni-posca, not entirely sure how you say it, but acrylic paint markers to round out the earth tones in my collection. They've been really nice to work with on some of my November shop update products. As you know, with the fall colors, it's a little bit nicer to have those kind of deeper, earthier tones. The colors that I had were very, very bright and very pastel. And since I work in earth tones so often, I have found that these new colors have been some of my favorite and the ones I gravitate to. I usually buy Poscas in the 1M size for detail work, as I tend to work on a fairly small scale for most of my projects and drawings. One of the things in this order I was most excited about were the holbein, once again, another Japanese company that I don't know exactly the vowel pronunciation of, but the holbein, I guess, acrylic gouaches. Had I known acrylic gouache existed when I first bought gouache, I probably would have bought it to begin with. I now understand why it is so many artists' medium of choice. I've since picked up a few more colors to buff out my collection, which I am excited to continue building. The colors that they offer are so dreamy. It's really, really nice to work with because when it's wet, it's water soluble, so you can put down really thin layers, but as soon as it dries, you cannot reactivate it, which makes the layering process a dream. I used to have issues with regular designer's gouache where I would pick up the underlayers even though I was trying to lay out an opaque layer on top of it, and acrylic gouache solves all of those issues for sure. It is a lovely, lovely medium. Highly recommend. These are just a few more of the Prismacolor col-erase pencils. They're my favorite for sketching, especially before painting. Normal graphite will muddy the colors when painted over, and so I like to use these when I'm putting down the general sketch for my paintings, as I can usually go over them pretty nicely without them smudging into whatever color I'm using. So I picked up a few other colors. I like sketching in red a lot. I like sketching in blue a lot. And then since I've been working on landscapes recently, or at the time especially, I was working on a lot of summer landscapes. It was really nice to have a green one to get those green trees outlined and not have kind of a harsh red or a harsh blue. I also use a terracotta color for a lot of those kind of earthy toned paintings. But I highly recommend the Prismacolor col-erase pencils if you're a painter and looking for something to go underneath your paintings, because they work really, really well for that. The last thing I got were the Sennelier French Artist watercolors. I got the travel set and a few extras, and oh boy, aren't these a dream. I wanted artist grade as I've been working in student grade for years, and while I like my student grade watercolors quite a bit, they aren't light fast, which makes me incredibly hesitant to sell originals. In fear of them fading, I don't ever want them to get to a customer's home and then the painting fades over time. So these are relatively light fast, which is really wonderful. So I picked these up so I can sell originals with confidence. They're my first tube watercolors and I love them. The only disappointing color was the green earth, which just lacked the kind of vibrancy and pigmentation that the rest of the colors had, but everything else was dreamy, smooth, lays down, blends together in the most just wonderful way. So that is everything that I got in my not so little shop/art supply haul. I really loved everything I picked up. Can't say I regret a single thing. And I have been enjoying using all these materials greatly. I will link everything below that I can find. It's pretty much all on Blick, so if you just search up the product name and the color names that I have listed on screen, you should be able to find everything pretty easily. I have said before, this camera does not have a pop-out viewfinder. I haven't sat down and talked to the camera in quite a long time because, as I expected, I've been extremely busy with school, and also the process of launching my shop. And so I have been really bad at not only talking to the camera, like doing face-to-face shots, but also recording what I'm doing. It occurs to me usually halfway through doing something that I should probably be recording it. And then at that point I'm like, I'll just do it next time. Anyway, it is currently September 13th, which basically means I have a bunch of schoolwork that I need to get done before tomorrow. But I also really want to launch my shop this week. I think I'm ready. I think I have all of the kind of little elements that I need to get done. So I pretty much just need to finish photographing and uploading to Etsy all of my products. I have 4 finished right now, and then I wanted to do 6 more, so on launch day I have 10. And it's pretty much just doing prints. I have the Photoshop files pretty much all ready to print, so I need to do test prints of all of them to make sure the color is exactly how I want them, do any editing, and then go through and photograph them all. And then after that, I am pretty much ready to launch. Last week I designed my business cards, I designed my packing slips. I'm just looking at my bullet journal of things that I needed to do, and then I actually did. I have written out most of the product descriptions into an Excel spreadsheet, so that way I can just paste those into my Etsy listings profile. I did a freebie, which I'm actually really excited about. I think it's really cute. It's pretty different from kind of my other art style, mostly just because it's darker than a lot of what I've done, and it has black outline, which I never do. But I thought the style, what I wanted to do, this style fit a little bit better. And I think that freebies are going to be a way for me to experiment with new art styles, so things that might not necessarily sell in my shop because they don't fit with the rest of my products, but things that I still want to create and share. So I made this little rocket ship sticker. This one is actually hand cut because at one point my printer I needed to run the cleaning cycle on it, and so the bottom half of this sticker sheet, which means that some of the registration marks did not work. It got all smudgy and weird and misaligned. So I cut off the top of it, so that way the usable stickers, I just hand cut them, which I think is kind of cute. I really like the kind of uneven edges. I might even do that purposely. I think it just gives it more of a rustic look. So maybe I won't smooth out my paths when I'm making cut lines. But it looks like this. I don't know if this is focusing. Does this do the beauty guru thing? Does this work? I'm sure it does because that's the whole point of it. But it says, thanks for helping me launch, really tiny along the side. And then it's a little rocket launch. Anyway, that was fun. I did that. I also this week organized my drawers, organized my art cabinet. That was nice. I figured out packaging for a few more things. So I did the protest cat stickers. Something in my silhouette machine got misaligned at one point. So I have A grade and then a bunch of B grade, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I guess if you want, it's basically, they still all have the full sticker. It's just they've got a white border along one side usually, and that's just because it got misaligned and I didn't give it enough bleed. So there's that. But I have a bunch of B grade stickers for that, as well as the only a few A grade. But yeah, They turned out cute. Because I have these cellophane sleeves that were a little bit shorter than I wanted to, the backing card doesn't quite show through, but honestly, that's fine. Most people are probably just going to recycle the backing card anyway, so it doesn't matter that much to me. And that is all set to go. What else did I do this week? Oh, I made this sticker that I really like. These are the B grades because, once again, I was having an issue with my printer. They just have busy hands, and they've got a bunch of crafting supplies. So, you know, tube of paint, some scissors, paintbrush, crochet hook, clay sculpting tools, and stuff like that. And I thought that that was kind of fun because, I don't know, as a creator, I like telling the world I'm a creator. I just have a cup of tea here. I am enjoying all of the Sunday uploads. Most of my favorite YouTube channels upload on Sunday, which is very fun because it means that while I'm trying to have a productive day, I can watch other people have productive days. And it's like working alongside someone. Yes, I'm very alone in this COVID times. So it's nice to have the idea of company with me while I'm doing work. So, yeah, that's what I've got going on. Just wanted to say hello, show my face, and not just my like craggly hands as I'm trying to do stuff, or my back. The next, oh, Milo, please do not jump into the inventory drawer. Hi, buddy. You're so wiggly. Today I'm in sweatpants and just a tank top and a comfy shirt because it's actually getting chilly, which most people are probably not excited about, but I love autumn. Like crisp New England autumn. It is everything I love in life. It gets so colorful. The air is perfect. I love apple picking and pumpkin pie, and I am so excited to wear sweaters again. This sounds so not basic, but because I don't really like that term, but yeah, I'm just really excited to have crisp New England fall. Fall in the Midwest, which is where I go to school, is usually pretty muggy and humid, and so I'm excited because the air for the last 3 days has been crisp, beautiful autumn air, low 70s, high 60s, cool at night. You put on a sweater and jeans. Like, we eat dinner in the backyard most of the time, so I just put on a sweater and jeans every evening and it feels amazing. I can wear pants and a short sleeve shirt during the day, which is my ideal outfit. If you couldn't tell, I'm absolutely thrilled about the change in weather. My mom, on the other hand, has the heating capabilities of a reptile, so she's not excited. But I am, and that's fun. Things are looking up. First of all, hopefully opening my shop this week because I'm just so nervous about like announcing and giving myself a date because I still have things to do. So I feel like I'll probably finish absolutely everything, then give myself 2 days to process to make sure that I am in fact done, and then open my shop. So once I have absolutely everything done, that's probably when I'll announce my opening date. And yeah, I'm weird about picking days and dates for things. I don't know why, but I just wanted to make sure that the date that I choose for my shop opening, because it will be the anniversary of my shop each year, is it as a date I like. And I don't know why that, I don't, yeah. So I was trying to give it some kind of like external meaning, but the reality is it probably won't. The only one I could think of is if I waited another month and opened on October 15th, because that would be, October 15th would be 10/15, and that would spell out Joe, because J is the 10th letter of the alphabet and O is the 15th. But I don't think I want to wait another month, mostly because I want to start with a few of my summer inventory things, because I really thought I was opening in August, and I think some people are still in summery weather, so they're still into summery color palettes. So I want to get those things out in my first shop release and then be able to move into autumn. And if I start in October, I feel like I will have to cut out the summer inventory, which is half my products right now because I'm still working on developing fall products. And I even started on a winter product, which I don't actually think I like right now, but I started on a painting of someone in a big chunky sweater and a hat, and I made the hair purple, and I never put purple in my work. I so very rarely put purple in my work. It only happens if I accidentally mix blue and red when I'm working in primary colors. This time I was like, let's try something different. Let's do purple hair. Mistakes were made. I don't like it. And so hopefully I can salvage it, because painting this sweater took me an hour and I don't want that to go to waste, but it may. But yes, that's the update. This was a long, rambly talking bit. It's funny, I don't talk in my clips for like weeks, and then I just film, what is this, 10 minutes of talking. But yeah, I'm gonna get to work. I have a long to-do list of stuff. It's not that long. My to-do lists stack up in the weeks. But today, it's just, I have a few like little things like cleaning Milo's litter box and sweeping our apartment. And then I have some schoolwork to do. And then I'll just be printing stuff, and maybe I'll show you guys that when I get to that. But for now, I have some kind of maintenance, because I'm a human, stuff to do, which I do every Sunday. Alrighty, that's enough for me. I don't know why I started a YouTube channel. I knew I would be bad at it. Okay. Bye.